Today is going to be one of my Wednesday mini episodes, and it's going to be sweet and savory. Nope. Today is going to be one of my mini Wednesday episodes. No. Hello and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Roy. I am a home cook and amateur baker, and typically on this channel what I'm doing is offering recipes that have helped me to lose over 125 pounds, whether they're mine or someone else's. Today is going to be one of my Wednesday mini episodes. This one is going to be short and savory. Now, this box that I have before me, which has a label blocking what it actually is, these are Konjac noodles. They're also called Shirataki noodles, and they are also sometimes called miracle noodles. The reason that I'm talking about these noodles today is that they are a recent find that I had never heard of before. A lot of times there'll be long noodles. These are the rice noodles, so that they're little rice-shaped noodles that I can use as a replacement in stuffed peppers, in anything I use rice in. Now, these noodles are made from the Konjac root, which is grown in like Japan, China, and Southeast Asia. And what their benefit is that they are extremely low in calories. This package, one serving, and which would be one pouch, is only 5 calories. Now the fiber that they contain is what they call highly viscous, and it's a type of soluble fiber. And what it does is when you eat it, it moves very slowly through your digestive tract. So it ends up making you feel fuller for longer. Viscous fiber is also considered a prebiotic, meaning it helps the good bacteria in your stomach to flourish. So that's another benefit. It can also be good, they say, for diabetics. I am not a nutritionist or a physician, obviously. But they say that it is good for diabetics because it is so slow to digest that it prevents blood sugar spikes. It's also said, and again, I cannot verify this as I'm not a physician or a scientist or anything else, it can also help to lower the LDL or bad cholesterol in your bloodstream. And another benefit is that it can, so they say, help to relieve constipation, which brings me to one of the possible side effects of consuming this is because it's so high in fiber, you can have bathroom issues, shall we say, if you consumed too much. Like they suggest that you introduce it slowly into your diet, and I have it once every 2 or 3 weeks maybe. And this package I've had for a couple of months, and there are still 3 packages left. So I don't eat it very often, but when I do, I have noticed that I do feel more full, because apparently what happens when you eat it is that the type of fiber that it is absorbs moisture. So it fills up kind of like a sponge getting filled up and swelling. Like, do you remember those little toy sponges that would be this big and you'd put them in water and they'd grow? Something similar to that. So it helps you to feel fuller. And I can attest to that piece at least. There is also a variety of Konjac noodles or Shirataki noodles that's called tofu Shirataki or Konjac noodles. And the only difference is that has tofu added to it. So that may increase the calories and the digestible carbs. So just make sure you're aware to look for tofu shirataki or tofu konjac and just check and see what the difference is, because this does not have tofu in it and it is virtually calorie free. So let me show you it's hard to tell what they look like, but they're little grains of rice inside of a liquid. Now, the only ones I've ever found, I've tried the rice ones and the long regular noodles. They're usually packed in water. There are supposedly dry versions that I have not found. But when you open this package, I will warn you that it does smell a bit like seafood that has gone over a little bit. But it does not taste that way, because if you've been watching this channel at all, you know I do not do seafood. So the smell is a little challenging. But what you do is you will open up this package, put it in a strainer, preferably a fine mesh strainer, dump it out into the strainer, and I'll usually fill this up with water because sometimes the noodles will cling, and dump that back in, and then rinse it off. So often after you rinse these, what you would do is put them into a pan and heat them up for a few minutes with no fat in the pan whatsoever. You could possibly spray a little spray, but you don't need to, I don't believe. I haven't had any issues. And what that will do is help to get rid of some of the excess moisture that storing it in the water packets like they do has, so it doesn't have too mushy of a feel. But I will just add them directly to whatever dish I'm adding them to at the end, like for the last few minutes, so they are heated through, but I don't have to dirty up a separate pan. And these are worth looking into. They can be a little pricey for what you get, I think, but they're definitely worth having on occasion, especially if you're doing something that otherwise has a lot of bites or points or calories or macros. This is a good option. So on the back, as I said, that pouch that I showed you is 5 calories, the whole thing. 0 fat, 0 saturated or trans fat, 0 cholesterol, 20 milligrams of sodium. The total carbohydrates in here is 3 grams, and that's all from dietary fiber. And there is no protein. But these are a good option if you want to try to replace some pasta, some rice, and still also get a benefit of having that full feeling after the meal, so that you're not feeling like you were depriving yourself because you didn't have actual pasta. Now these I found on Amazon, as I said, I think I said. I've also seen them in Target under the name Nasoya Pasta Zero. There's also some, I haven't seen them, but in researching this segment, there are some called Kiss My Keto at Walmart. And a lot of times you will see them listed on the package as keto noodles because there's very few carbs in here. There are quite a few options on Amazon. You just do a little Google search. I will leave a link below for some of the brands that I've found and where you can find them. But it might be something to look into, some Konjac noodles or Shirataki noodles, to help fill you up without really any calories at all, and some possible benefit to insulin, to cholesterol, and constipation if that's an issue for you. So I hope that this was informational and gave you something new to try, something new to look into. And if you liked this, if you enjoyed this and you want to see more savory type of items in these shorts, Like this video so that I know that this is something you appreciate. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and hit the notification bell for the next time I upload a video. And also comment down below if you've tried these, what brands you may have tried, where you found them, if you've had any issues with them. There's been, I guess, quite a bit of research, and there haven't been any side effects really, except for the possibility of some stomach issues if you eat too much or too frequently. But that shouldn't be an issue for most of us. On occasion, throwing this into a higher bite, higher point, higher calorie, or macro meal will definitely be of a benefit. So until my next mini episode, or any other episode, I will see you later. Bye.